2021 spring tournament. We've got Sawneyrath11, we've got Dengwoo. These two runners, fan-flippin-tastic runners. Sawneyrath was 6-0 last year in spring tournament. Dengwoo was 5-1. Gregley Puff, what do you know about these guys?
Well, like you said before, Sawneyrath went 6-0 last year in the Swiss round of spring tournament. One of our Elite 8 from that tournament. Basically been around since 2018. Dengwoo joined the community when I joined the community during Fall League of 2018 and has made a tear through the last couple of spring tournaments, making it to brackets in 2019 and 2020, being an Elite 8 player as well. So this is going to be kind of a good match, and we are in the Cake Pod. You want to talk about pods real quick before this race gets going? What are we doing this year for spring tournament?
Oh, thank God. Thank God we have gotten rid of the Swiss, because we have 88 people in this year's spring tournament. The amount of Swiss rounds we would have needed, 7, maybe 8, that would have been insane. And that would have led to runner burnout. So instead, this year, we're doing pods. So every pod has 4 racers in it, and this is a randomizer. It was all randomly generated, and this pod just happened to roll 3 fantastic runners. 2 of them were on Fall League team together. Mr. Ale Markin, I see you out in chat.
Yep.
So this is going to be a great pod. This is Pod Cake, and it's Deng. As soon as they said Pod Cake, we knew Dengwoo was in here, Mr. Cake Strats himself.
Yeah, Cake Boss. If he does not Cake Lich or Lich 2, it's just going to be, we're just done here. We're not going to be doing anything. We're just going to go home. We're just going to give Sawneyrath the win, and that's just going to be how it's going to go. So you'll notice over on here on Sawneyrath's side, he's running custom sprites here. His fighter is going to be a Mario. His thief is Yoshi. And it looks like Princess Daisy is his 2 black mages. And you'll notice once Dengwoo decides to make his party, if he wants to do that these 2 actually drafted this party. So the draft went as follows. Sawneyrath picked black mage. Dengwoo picked fighter thief because why not? And Sawneyrath came back with another black mage. So 2 black mages, fighter, thief. It'll eventually happen if Dengwoo decides that he wants to join us on the screen where you actually have your character party makeup and stuff. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it happens. But I'm super excited to call this race. Dengwoo is my co-op partner. Dengwoo and Ale were part of my what's that called? The Fall League team. So, I'm just super excited to be calling this race. This is going to be a good one.
Absolutely. This is going to be a fantastic race. And for those of you who don't know us, I am Gouda632, who's been talking as Gregley Puff, and we have the fantastic, amazing, best tracker in the world. We've got Danny3883 on tracking. We tried to convince her to join us in the booth for a little while. Maybe she will. This will be great. We're just having a fun time here in the booth late night, and I have to apologize for everybody. My OBS decided that it didn't want to see VLS or VLC anymore, and here we are, getting things figured out. So a little bit of a late start, but
these runners will probably get started here in the next minute or so. So while we're waiting on them to get going, since Dang finally decided to make his party, we do have Blur's classes. Unfortunately, I did not see anything except that the thief could equip the white shirt. So each one of these classes will have 1 bonus. We'll try to figure it out as the race goes along. Maybe our tracker can get that figured out for us. The main thing that we have going on, the 2 gimmicks I would say we have going on, is we have a free canoe. No more looking for canoes in Sky Palace. We already have it. And we have what's called random incentive box in incentive location. So basically, instead of knowing where the incentive box is in a location, it could be any box in that particular location, but you will always know that it will be incentive. And looking at Black Magic, we just got Bane. I pick up Lock. potentially if something rolls kind of high on the old evade, but nothing else looks too terribly great. And obviously, white magic's not going to be a thing until these guys, promote later on. Decent armor over there, but nothing they can afford. And it looks like small daggers are going to be the way to go for the time being because they rolled a +3.
And I do have to say that early game Bane is probably going to get a ton of work. I mean, these early enemies don't have a ton of MDef, and Bane, I mean, stanky, man. These enemies are going to fall on their faces.
Yeah, so Ailmarket in chat, who's not our trackers, helping us out here. Fighter gets a +15%. +15 to hit percent. So, yeah, he's going to be getting some extra hits earlier than normal. Thief gets fighter strength, and I missed what the Black Mage got. It was something that didn't look very important.
+15 luck, and I mean, your Black Mages are going to be... Your Black Mages are going to be running like thieves.
Yeah, so lots of running potential with this party here as FFR special over on Dengwoo's side. All those imps go down to Bane except for one. Sawneyrath going to go on ahead and check Toph, see what's going on here. Hopefully not have any issues. That fighter's down though. This is going to get ugly pretty quick here if he can't get away from this battle. Cremate coming out.
Oh, the Roo-Roo-Roos with the Cremate. And... personally, that's one of the reasons why checking Toph chests when you don't have a cabin outside, you know? There's not any loose items, so you're not really... That's the great thing about these flags. No loose items. So you know that there's not going to be anything crazy hidden over here in Toph.
Yeah, and Dengwoo kind of lucky there. That Ruru did not throw a cremate against him, so he does not know what that Ruru is capable of. And it looks like these Banes are going to come off, and he should at least get the level 4 off of that. You can see the excitement in his face.
Sawneyrath taking down Garland with a Bane. Doesn't like the stinkiness of the poison smoke.
All right, Dengwoo just trying to get to this top box here. Not interested in the bottom left. Let's see here. We get a heal stick. That's vendor money right there. And Sawneyrath the first to kill Garland, and we got a chime and a ship. So yeah, that opens up some possibilities, especially since we have Northern Docks on. We could potentially be looking for that sky incentive in Mirage if we don't get the cube. Who knows?
Gotta find that canal, though. We do not have free canals. This isn't totally shades of 2019.
Yeah.
Where we had free ship, free canal.
Black Magic here, not much better than what's going on in in the first town. Is it looked like lot lit, a bunch of nonsense.
So, all you need is Bane, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just gonna be a Bane party trying to get these guys down. So, with the free canoe, right, we can go to so many places. Depending on what these pirates give us. You know, if pirates don't give us the canal, we're still stuck in the inner sea. So we've got an incentive marsh, we have an incentive ice cave, and then of course we've got the sages that we could go talk to as well. So what do you think?
Well, I mean, without the ship, you usually do that big circle. We get the slab from Bicky, so that's not going to help us at all right now. So we are on that canal hunt, and personally, I head down to Sages. It's free. You don't have warp, so you don't have to worry about Marsh Cave. And on top of it, Bane's not gonna do too much to those undead because they don't breathe.
That is true. Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time getting through either Ice Cave or Marsh Cave with just Bane as their sweeper. But the good thing about these flags and the blurses or the bonuses that they got is nothing's runnable. So, or I'm sorry, nothing's unrunnable.
Nothing's runnable.
Words are tough here. So, with the extra 15 luck on those Black Mages and having a thief in a party, and they could potentially go into Ice Cave and Marsh and just run from everything that they can't Bane.
But Sahags have sleep, so Sahags have some spells that they're going to be spouting off. Luckily, Sawney doesn't get to see what spell number 2 is. But Sawney looks like he's going to go check Matoya. Oh, guess not. He's swerved out of the way from me.
Yeah, not sure what he's doing. Probably just heading back here to save because he couldn't save in Provoca. He had exactly 1 G less than what the hotel wanted from him. Kind of felt bad, I'm sure.
Dengwoo's just having a ball down there. He's having a great time playing this game. This is why we play FFR. Just watch Dengwoo. He's having a great time. Sawneyrath, very intense. Very intense.
So gets a slab. Sonny's going to finally get this box, 1,400. We know that there's a cabin and a heel stick in the top room, which, again, the heel stick, good vendor item there. Should sell for quite a bit. Especially be able to afford those level 3 and 4 magic spells so you don't have to double dip or Elflin, sorry.
But Sonny's got to get out of here first, because these Rururus with Cremate are still going to just dominate his low-level party.
Yeah, and of course he is one step away from walking out of there, and here comes the Cremate. Luckily, it only takes down one of the black mages, but I don't want to know what's after. Luckily, Ruru only attacks that time. That's the other thing. Like, you see skills coming out, you're like, Cremate, okay, that's fine. I don't want to know what you have after that, because it's not going to be any better.
You know,
never better.
Crack. Some crack peddling Rururus.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that wolves were peddling crack, as Sawneyrath sells that heel stick right away for about 7,000.
Dengwoo going straight down to Marsh Cave. No hesitation. No mercy. He's hoping to find not the undead down here, because I don't think we have any way to take them out yet other than just punches.
Yeah, I mean, if this game was any of the other Final Fantasies, the heel stick as a weapon would be pretty good. But obviously, you can't heal the undead in this game.
Oh, there it is, Lit 3 in level 3 Black Magic. That is the spell that we're looking for.
All right, so Dengwoo going the Gregory route here, which I always like to go south because there's more chests this way. But I've always been told that you go north because it's only one floor.
One floor, 4 chests, and if your item is there, then you just GTFO.
Reset.
Or if it's not there, you reset and you go south. It's less of a time saying, oh, nuke, level 4, and temper.
Not useful currently just because of the lack of levels, but yeah, that'll be really awesome. Once these guys get to level 9.
And Sonny's gonna take this fight. Hopefully the Banes get out. So that way he can try and get at least one charge of Lit 3, because that's at least some sweeper that he can have down in Marsh Cave.
All right, let's see what's going on here. He cannot take this battle. Hopefully these guys don't bone him. Give him the old bone strats here, and he's gonna check out this incentive box. Obviously, we don't know if it's gonna be incentive. The odds are decent enough, and Glance lands on poor Danny, is now a statue. Looks like Sawneyrath is going to follow Dengwoo into Marsh Cave. This is, I mean, you have the options. I'm just kind of shocked that both these guys are deciding to go to Marsh Cave instead of getting the free incentive. And you know what? Dengwoo's going to have to walk that opal bracelet out of there, because that is a pretty good piece of gear.
And Asher in chat saying, be aggressive, be aggressive. And that's what these runners are doing. They have the ship, so it's a lot easier to navigate around the inner sea. They don't have to make that huge circle to get over to Marsh Cave. So, I mean, Marsh Cave is the lowest level dungeon that we have available. And still not easy. Lots of different types of enemies, lots of different possibilities for script spells and nastiness.
Yeah, and Sawneyrath is going to go north side like we talked about before, and he's going to be rewarded with the incentive. The only thing he's going to really miss out on is that opal bracelet, which, I mean, it's going to be good for his party considering he does have the 2 mages. But we'll see what the gold bracelets roll. If they roll like +4 or something, then he'll be fine. First box he checks is a rod. Totally, again, not useful.
Not yet. It's a needed key item, so this is still a lot like vanilla. You still need the rod, you still need the chime, you still need the cube, you still need the oxyale. You may not need a floater, though.
Yeah, I didn't mean what I said in the sense that it's useless. It's just not what he wants to see in the current situation.
But that's what he
wants. Gauntlet is going to be
nice. Yes, he wants that Zeus Gauntlet. A nice free sweeper. Lit 2 doesn't do everything you want, but it does enough.
Yeah, especially here right now where you have no way to kill any of these undead right now. But, with more levels, Lit 3 will help out. And of course, that nuke, once we get to level 9, is going to be super useful. Dengwoo is going to finish clearing this area, and he will get the Zeus Bonk as well. So that's going to be good information for him as he nods his head in approval.
But he's throwing that Zeus Gauntlet on one of the black mages.
I mean, I don't blame him here, as he can't kill anything else without it. So, it's not like he can use Bane on those bones and crawls or whatever. But Sawneyrath is going to be the first in and out of Marsh Cave. Going topside ends up paying dividends for him as far as time is concerned. Unfortunately, like I said before, the only thing he's going to really miss is that Opal Bracelet. Chat trying to figure out if the Opal Bracelet was even worth walking out. Some people say no. Some people say yes. I would have probably kept it, but it would have been really tempting.
I'm in camp. Keep it. Early game, that Opal Bracelet can pay dividends really, really quickly.
Like where Dengwoo parked. That was a nice little parking job there.
Once they get the canal and have the ship, the park jobs in this game are absolutely critical because they can save key seconds if you're against a runner who is, of equal skill, like both of these two are. These two are very equal in skill.
Yeah. So the good thing here is that since Dengwoo went to Marsh first before going to Elfland, he should be able to afford everything here and not have to double dip the city. Now, I'm not sure if Sawneyrath was able to afford all the things he wanted, but it ended up working out okay for him. I don't know if he ended up selling that heel stick or not, but hey, we got current spring tournament champion in chat, Spellzap, hanging out with us. How's it going?
And Rojo saying 30K for the key. But have we seen the key for sale? Or is that just a prediction?
I don't know if that was a prediction. Looking in our tracking notes right now, I don't see it anywhere. And no vendor item, at least not in the NRC. So looks like we won't be doing any of vendor. If it is one of these flags, if the vendor item is going to be the floater and it's going to be in the caravan, because that's how it always is.
Oh, DVS, you don't want cheese puff in real life.
Nah, I would have been fine.
I'm scrubbing it, man.
Let's see what
it's almost midnight.
Let's see if Ice Cave is going to be required
there
to get out of here.
Canal.
Now what do you do? Do you brave the river system, go to Ice Cave, and hope that what's in Ice Cave is required, like an Oxyale or a cube or a loot or even the floater, or do you get out of here and head south to that northern continent and start hitting up ordeals and waterfall and places like that?
For me, you got to go to the on-rack location, get waterfall, check 2 different spots for vendor item because you've got on-rack and you've got the caravan. And if you don't have a vendor item there, you head over to Ordeals because that's another incentive location. Right now, you just got one. You've got Ice Cave, and they're both low level. Ice Cave sucks.
Yeah, and you could do a cheeky Mirage dive if you're really like hurting for something. Maybe find that loot, that loose incentive in Mirage as opposed to having to do the whole skydive. Now, I don't imagine these runners doing that. That would be a pretty big galaxy brain play, but it is possible that could be the case.
And Fizzle pointing out that right now what the runners are doing is, at least what Sonny's doing, is he's out here checking to see if PEDs were off the hard reset. Because if PEDs are off the hard reset, that's a lot of experience really quickly. And hopefully they roll down. We didn't see the PEDs. We didn't see a grind.
Yep. So Sawneyrath going to be the first to get out of this inner sea here. In just a moment, it's going to probably head back over to Elfland.
He realized that he was a little bit low on camping equipment, so he decided to go grab a few more cabins.
All right, so Dengwoo going full Deng strats here, and he is going to head to Ice Cave, so we're going to get quite a bit of route divergence here, because I seriously doubt that Sawneyrath went to went to Elfland just to sail back into the inner sea and hit up Ice Cave. Now, the good thing about the random incentive here is that you don't have to. More than likely, you have a 1 in 16 chance that the incentive item will fall in that, that floater box or whatever you want to call it. So it's actually kind of an easier dive to do Ice Cave with this particular flag on.
But they don't have warp, they don't have exit.
That's what I'm saying.
So that makes things a little bit more difficult to try and get out of there. And you still have to walk through at least one spike tile to get out of there.
Yeah, he'll have to at least hit 2 if he's going to check all the boxes. He's going to have to at least hit the mage tile, and obviously the drop down tile, and he'll more than likely have to hit the. He's going to end up hitting all of them if he's going to check all those boxes in there.
If you get the box on level 1, then you only have the one spike tile. But if you have to check everything, there's a lot of spike tiles that you got to check, and they could hold something nasty. We don't know yet. One of the fun flags for this is A or B spike tiles. So we don't know if it's vanilla. We don't know if it's a B-side tiles. We are about to find out.
Now, Sawneyrath doing something interesting here. He is checking. He's checking for grinds.
Oh,
we've got the vanilla. We have A-side spike tiles that are shuffled, and we've got our I tile. Look at that.
And the I rolled less than 189 HP. Well, we might sit here for a little while and get level 15 or so.
Yeah, but definitely, in this position, you would want to go maybe 15, 16, 17, somewhere in that general area. You don't want to go too high because you want to make sure that your knight gets your knight and your thief get those charges of spells, and promoting earlier than later is always best. But I don't know. We'll see. If they had a black belt in their party, they'd be hanging out here just until they got to 1 million.
And then we get to talk about IFAX. Yes.
So eyes have mute touch, which is one of the new flags we're working with. It is randomized status effects. In the normal game, you got your 2 enemies that have stone touch, your 1 enemy that has death touch. Now, we've kind of shuffled it up and made it all kinds of goofy, and you don't know what kind of touch effects are going to be coming out at you.
But I do have to say that since they fixed randomized status attacks, it has not been nearly as painful as it used to be.
Oh my god, like 8 enemies with death touch? Yeah. That was never fun.
Yeah, the Leggy Starscream. Oh, TNT found right on the top. Oh, that's so lucky for Dengwoo. Leggy Starscream did the randomized status attacks, and when we asked her about it, she was like, oh yeah, I did make the numbers wrong. And then she fixed it, and now everything is hunky-dory compared to where it was.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to try to bane these giants. That's not going to work. I think they have pretty high MDef, if I remember correctly. So he's going to try to take this giant down. Shouldn't have an issue with it, but then he needs to figure out what boxes he wants to check, and he needs to get out of here and see what that TNT turns into, because like chat's been saying, if the TNT ends up being something huge like the floater, Oxiel, or Cube, this might help him out tremendously.
We have level 5 warp.
And is it in the warp slot, though?
No, it's top slot. So Sawney can now warp out of this eye fight once he is out of spells.
Yeah. So we got a Saber +5, kind of good. Decent enough. We get poggers in chat there. We're pretty excited.
And the walk back to Melmond isn't too shabby. It'd be nice if you had, some houses to hang out here and just pop out, recharge, and go back in. But the walk to Melmond isn't awful. The enemies outside of Earth Cave didn't roll anything too terrible.
Yeah. Poor Danny just got completely obliterated by those wizards. Those wizards did not respect the back row at all.
Wizards taking advice from Kraken.
Yep. And of course he's going to get ambushed by this annoyance. My face anytime I get anytime I get ambushed by anything, I'm like, come on. Procate -1, so really nothing great down here outside of course, the incentive TNT, but we don't know what that's going to be. It could totally womp him into like a white shirt or a power bonk, or it could be everything he needs.
Sawneyrath already up to level 14 on his entire party.
Yeah. Yeah, this really isn't too bad. It never hurts, especially since you know that everything's going to be runnable. It never hurts to grab some initial early levels. You know, if you're clearing places out, you just don't want to fight things. You just want to go.
Dengwoo makes
grind
it.
Now.
Dengwoo makes it out of Ice Cave. He made it all the way, so that's amazing. We were just talking about how Ice Cave sucks when you're low level, and Dengwoo just coming in, walking in and out, no problem.
Yep.
Proving me wrong.
Yeah. So, and I'd be interested to see what Dang decides to do. Dang's not like much of a grinder, so I can't imagine he's gonna head up Earth Cave unless the TNT turns into the Ruby. Then he may hop into Earth Cave and check out these spike tiles. But yeah, I don't see him finding this like Sawneyrath has. So, but he's heading back to. Interesting that he's going to head to Crescent first to res his characters, unless there was something in Crescent he wants to pick up.
Maybe he just wants to see if there's any peds hanging out when he doesn't hard reset.
Maybe. Or maybe he just wants some camping gear that he doesn't have. Alright, so Sawneyrath's done at level, what, 16, 17?
Somewhere in there, yeah. He over 300 HP on that fighter already, and everybody's looking happy and healthy, and like they're ready to go hit up the northern continent.
Yeah, so Dengwoo going through all that trouble just to grab 15 heals and a nice 3.
But here's the other thing about grinding those eyes. He just found gold bracelets for 18k. Normally, you would never be able to afford something like that. But he just ground eyes long enough that he had like 78k in gold. And now he's got an entire group outfitted with gold bracelets. That missing out on that opal bracelet now no longer seems like a punishment because he's got the golds.
Yeah, and vanilla gold is it's fine. It's 24 absorb versus that opal bracelet -1, which is 32 absorb. So I mean, you know, it'll do. It's definitely going to be fine. He's not going to be hurting for that opal bracelet, like you said. So we're going to see what the TNT turns into.
Oh,
+4
snap!
And a free gold bracelet. So yeah, that XCal +4 is basically going to be a trash sword. It's gonna be
no.
It's gonna be nonsense. It's like, hey, I have a +4 and I'm still not gonna be good enough to get through Topher.
Oh, that XCal +4 is absolutely gonna wreck shop. Oxyale, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we're looking for right there. We're looking for that early C.
I was going to say, this will be huge depending on what the Oxyale leads to. If the Oxyale leads to floater, or if it leads to something really important, yeah, this is huge. Not a floater, but still nice. You still need the Oxyale to beat the game. And let's see what Deng decides to do here as he hits up Melman and translates his slab and checks this level 5 magic.
The biggest, so right now Sawney has the levels, but now Dengwoo can go one-shot the whole northern continent, because he can do Ordeals, he can do Sea Shrine, and he can do Waterfall all at the same time, where Sawney is going to have to go to Ice Cave, possibly sail all the way back down to have to do Sea Shrine if the floater is sitting there.
Deng defying all logic, all of my own logic that I just assumed about him. You think I know my tag team partner, my fall league champion partner, and sure enough he's gonna go in here and just still grind. Blown away by this.
Of course, instead of going for damage strats, Dengwoo just banes the eyes.
Yeah.
Just the stink eye.
am floored. Yeah, and I mean, Dead Pulse is not wrong. Maybe he's looking to get those warp charges. He does have to get to level, I think, 12 before he can use warp, especially if he's going to go to places like Ordeals and, Waterfall. You're going to want to have warp. But it looks like we got a black shirt -1, which is just a little bit less good than a gold bracelet. But you are going to have that time and ice elemental resistance. And besides a ribbon, the black shirt's the only thing in the game that gives you that time resistance. So not a bad pickup.
And, an herb, not a bad pickup as well.
Yeah, depending on what that herb leads to.
I mean, you can never go wrong with a little herb, Greg.
That is very true. That is true.
So, Sawney, now, Greg, here's a real question. Do you go over to Waterfall and attempt to do that, knowing that there's still 2 possible vendor item locations over there? Or do you go straight up north and get rid of this herb right away?
I'd probably save here, head up north, see what the herb turns into, and then make my determination from there.
That makes sense.
Herb ends up turning into like Bonk or White Shirt, then I just reset out and go back to it once I'm in the air. But if it turns into like Floater or Cube, then I would probably sail it back down, since obviously that leads Sky as well. So, but let's see here, no vendor item in the caravan, so we're going to find out right now if vendor item is going to be behind the Floater. And
Bottle.
we've got a bottle. May as well be behind the Floater, because you can't use that bottle until we get in the air.
And Asher pointing out that Sawney doesn't know where Oxyale is, so that, for all he knew, the herb turned into Oxy, and he, guaranteed himself a double dip.
Yeah. So Dengwoo, completely not going to Ordeals right now, is going to go on ahead and knock out these 2 incentives here, and probably kill himself a Kraken all in one go, which is, I like the play because there are the 2 incentives for him here. We'll see what happens. How that plays out.
Yeah,
for Dengwoo.
With these flags, there's 2 essential duds in the Power Bonk and the White Shirt. They're nice to haves, but not necessarily needed.
Yeah.
That means that you have the possibility of skipping Ordeal. So I really like this play by Dengwoo, because if he gets what he wants, if he gets a Floater, he may get to completely skip Ordeals.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, of course, if you do get the Floater early on, then the Ruby ends up being the other dud item. Because,
Yep, 100% true.
Yeah, and these guys are going to probably want the tail, so that would be your potential 4th dud item. But, again, these guys running Fighter Comp, Thief Comp, I'm assuming. What are you doing, Dang? Like,
He's hating on some bats.
He really needed to talk to that bat. It was worth it.
Jay Coper's Revenge. It's the wrong dungeon, but all bats must die.
Jeez, Robot given the crystal, so that's 2 fetch quests. That ended up working out okay for Sawneyrath. Now he can go on ahead and hit up the Inner Sea and do 2 things versus, doing the 1 thing. And we know at this point that neither of them are going to lead to the Oxyale, so it's going to be all the progression for Sawneyrath at this point. Dengwoo just behind him would have been would have high-fived him on the way out if Sawneyrath hadn't warped out.
And for anybody out there who's new, warp and exit are your absolute best friends in all of these flags, because it gets you out of a dungeon lickety-split. You don't have to worry about extra encounters. You don't have to worry about the extra time it takes to walk out, memorizing anything backwards.
Excuse me.
Though, to be fair, if you want to get into some Entrance and Floor Shuffle, memorizing things backwards is really good for you.
Interesting move here by Sawneyrath. Gonna do the Matoya dock here. He's still got to turn in the herb, so is he gonna go full on Gregory Inner Sea tour and walk it around? We'll see, depending on what this crystal turns into. But he gets a mage stick.
Oh,
there's our cube.
There we go. So he's got Chime, right?
So Sky's on the table at this point.
He could just go straight up north from here and hit up Sky and Mirage.
Yeah.
So, where you going, Sawney? You gotta go. Okay, he's not gonna go hit up Sky and Mirage.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not going to take the Griggly inner sea tour as well. He's just going to go on ahead and sail north.
Yep. And find the bottom side of Ordeals. Hey, Ordeals. Bye, Ordeals.
Yeah. He probably. Part of me thinks maybe he doesn't want to do Sky because he wants the floater. He's hoping that this herb leads to the float. Ooh, Dengwoo picking up the Masa -2. That's our in-game weapon right there.
And even though it doesn't have the crit rate, it still does a boatload of damage.
Yeah, I mean it's got a better crit rate than an Excal, so you know that's something.
That's true. This is true. And
right,
in the hands of a thief, whew, that's what we're talking about. There's a ruby, so we are going to be walking over to Sarda.
I mean, okay, so with the extra bonus type damage, Excal +4 is going to be good against the Fiend refights, but you're going to want to switch to Masa for Chaos. So, we'll see. Sawneyrath getting the Ruby. We're going to see what Sarda has. So he's going to be kind of doing that while Dengwoo finishes clearing out C and hopefully finds whatever the incentive is down here. Now,
and Dengwoo going left side first, going the right way.
Yeah.
Because if you find the incentive location or the incentive item on Kraken side, then you don't have to go back over to Mermaid side. Even though Mermaids holds a ton of chests.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those weird, again, kind of like the Marsh top, Marsh bottom. This is the same thing. It's like, do you go towards Kraken side because you know you can kill the Fiend, but there's significantly less chests that way, or do you go where all the chests are and hedge your bets that your incentive is going to be that way? The obvious answer is to go Kraken side and hope that you can find what you need going that way. But Gersharks with Rub are going to give Dengwoo a hard time, especially since he doesn't have a pro ring. So it looks like he's going to try to burn off some encounters before heading back in. Not really sure what he did there.
And I don't think that any of these players have seen Brack yet, so they might be relying on Bane to take out Kraken. I don't think Greg has the levels to take out Kraken physically. Oh,
well,
he's going right side. He's just doing everything backwards. Maybe this means that he doesn't feel like he can take out Kraken right now, but he does have that Masa. So,
well, he wants the levels, I think. Maybe he's thinking like he comes on here, picks up some levels on the way. All the boxes are down here. You know, potential of still picking up ribbons and stuff like that because neither of our runners have found a ribbon. And yeah, he doesn't have like the greatest gear either. Like I haven't seen anything higher than an iron armor find.
Crown from Sarda.
Yes.
Which is a nice quick turn in. You just go right across and dock at one of the rivers. Walk right into Northwest Castle. Say, "Hey there, kindly old king. Can you please give me what you got?"
Yeah, Asher pointing out in chat, this chain does smell like Fonk or White Shirt. Like I have played a ton of these flags, and yeah, this feels like it's gonna end there. This will be correcting me in chat that yes, Dengwoo did find a gold bracelet and an opal -4, but as far as his night gear is concerned, it's not, you know, he could stand to have like ice, flame, something like that, something good on that night. Especially that thief, I think he's still rocking like wood armor. Who knows what he's got going on there.
Sawneyrath playing it fast and loose, not even saving, just going for it. He's got nuke. He don't care.
And it looks like the quick eye on the chat
there it is.
found out that it is in fact the White Shirt. Frickin' not commentary curse, that is chat curse right there. Asher's 16-11. Just he's still upset about getting bumped out of that top 16 against Sawneyrath last year, so gotta get him somehow. And Dengwoo does not find the incentive down here unless.
So right now, Sawneyrath has to be thinking to himself, would I rather have Ice Cave, or would I rather have Mirage and Sky? And it looks like he's saying, I'd rather have Mirage and Sky.
And there's our floater.
But Dengwoo going over to Ice Cave, getting the Oxyale, and picking it up.
Yeah, this is the game changer here. That floater being there, you know, gonna get him in the air. We know that at this point it was the herb that did all the nonsense that led to the white shirt, right? So we know that that's not, ordeals is not required. So our last go mode item, right, is gotta be
in Mirage and Sky.
It's gotta be gotta be something, or else, or it could be, you know, the royalty.
Oh, yeah.
Or not royalty, I'm sorry, floater locked.
Yep.
Like the bottle or slab turn in.
Yep. Bottle and slab turn in left. So, yeah, there might Sky Mirage incentive item might not be required either.
Yep. Dengwoo's gonna go the wrong way to turn in his floater. He's gonna go the long scenic route across the Pacific Ocean here.
And right now, Sawney is going into Sky. It's gonna go into Mirage.
Yeah, so we're gonna find out real quick here. You know what's in Sky, what the incentive is, and oof, Sawneyrath did not save. Got beat up by those rank lows in the Mirage Desert and had to reset all the way back to his Astro skill.
Oof.
That gotta hurt.
Fast and loose, no saving.
Oh, and Dengwoo is heading into ordeals. I did not even think about the fact that he'd be heading into ordeals. I figured with the floater, just going ahead, get in the air and figure out what you're doing from there. But yes, at least his herb chain quest is going to be significantly quicker than Sawneyrath's.
And as Asher points out in chat, this is the faster way to do ordeals, is to dock your boat on your way through. And usually ordeals is a decently fast clear anyways. So it feels bad because we know it's not required, but at the end of the day, this is the only way that he's going to get Invis 2.
Oh.
At least that we know of right now.
Well, Sonny going here may not be the worst thing, because if the key is here and the key houses the loot, then he won't need the airship potentially. You know, we obviously don't know that yet. But yeah, as of now, we know that this potentially could not be the right play. And night spells, I'm looking at our tracking notes now here, CC, and I'll let you know if we did look at anything. Exfer was level 1, Cure 4 was level 2, and that's all we have as far as our tracking notes are concerned. So this must have been
There's the piano.
Yeah, so key is going to be behind the floater, and yeah.
And even though Sawneyrath got a bunch of those early levels, Dengwoo came back, did the eye grind for a little while as well. Sawney's levels aren't that much higher than Dengwoo's right now. And Dengwoo's got a ton of progression on top of Sawney right now.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, again, with the floater. I mean, he's going to be able to make up a lot of time that he could have potentially lost here. So we know at this point the loot going to be required here in Sky. So Sky incentive is required. One of the key lock, or one of the floater locks, is going to be required. One of them is going to be the key, or is going to lead to the key, and the other will be the tail. And then whatever's behind the key will be either obviously the tail or the power bonk, since those are the only incentives we have not seen yet. Oh, and Adamant, of course, you know, any sort of fetch quests that exist. So Sawneyrath just kind of going.
And what feels bad for Sawney is he avoided ice, which generally is the right play. Generally, you avoid ice because it's off in the middle of nowhere by itself.
Yeah. And without Volcano being incentive, yeah, I mean, it really is kind of hard to get to. Chat was also saying, dang, please. We were saying, dang, please. And, yeah, it always ends up being a thing.
Fizzlebeef going to ice at level 3 after he's done walking around Crescent Lake and saying, all right, I guess I got to go check a couple chests. Let's just do that in ice.
Ooh, Vorpal +5. Big pickup here over on Sawneyrath's side now. I would be equipping that. of course, after we find the tail and everything over the Masa -2,
Yes.
and definitely over the Excal +4, because I'm sorry, that +4 doesn't mean anything. It means you're going to get 2 hits, 2 damage. I'm sorry, 3 hits, 3 damage.
Yeah, you could get a crit in there, maybe.
Yeah, with that whole, 5 crit. What's the +4? So, 20 crit, I guess.
That's pretty huge, actually. It's nothing like the 900 crit that the Vorpal's gonna get as a +5, but it's still big.
Yeah, the Vorpal +5. I mean, that's an additional 15 crit, so like about a 7.5% more crit to that 30% crit.
Yep.
It's kind of good. Kind of good.
That's a little big when you need to get some damage out.
No, so Dengwoo in the air.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Man-cats
with Quad X. Luckily, not landing on that
Oh,
fighter because he must have a pro.
And Nuke.
Oh my God! Nuke right behind it. And he's gonna man mode this. He's already way up here. He's got a Bane sword.
God.
He's got a Bane sword and a Dream. Yeah, he's looking at it right now.
That is like worst case scenario. Also, I'm pretty sure Sawney went to level 16 in his grind, and he's only level 17 now, and that was like 20 minutes ago. So that's rough.
Yeah, this is awful here. His fighter, of course, doesn't have the run chance that his other 3 party mates have, and gets crit by that mud golem. Not running, he can't take too many more hits from those mud golems. Needs to get out of this battle.
Oh, he got out. What a baller.
Yeah, so Dengwoo gonna get the bad news about the ruby here, realizing that Ordeals was a total waste of his time, but it's all right. Let's see here. Sawneyrath gonna potentially be our first person to light an orb here. Gonna go white shirt because kind of hit hard a little bit.
6 hits off of Tia and Blaze. And Sawneyrath's face says it all right there. That's just, feels bad, man.
Well, luckily he knows where he needs the things that he needs. He knows where the loot is. Obviously he left he knows where the loot is, and he knows where that Vorpal +5 is. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember right off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure we didn't see anything, more worthwhile than those 2 items. So I mean, he can get up there and get that Vorpal and get to Tiamat here pretty quickly.
Yeah, and hopefully then he can avoid those man-cats, because other than the man-cats, he walked right through all of Mirage and Sky.
But so it looks like Dang gonna go on ahead and do these last couple of turn-ins here to get his key and his tail /bonk / whatever it ends up being before he heads into Sky. Yeah, that Tiamat was not playing around. 6 hits plus an opening Blaze. And without ribbons in the party, that Blaze is going to do some serious damage.
Yes, it is. But I got an adamant, so we're gonna go see what kind of gigantic metal thing we're gonna get. I bet you it's a key, an adamant key.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you could potentially turn it into a power bonk as well, but I'm thinking key.
And then we'll get to find out what the fairy pulls up from her little pond. What kind of discarded old thing she found hanging out down in the bottom.
Alright, so Sawneyrath makes it past the dangerous floor with the man-cats and Medusas. Gonna probably try to take out these R-Hydras. Considering his options here. So back onto Bridge of Destiny pretty quickly. So not too much time lost, maybe a couple minutes or so.
Oh, but our Lord and Savior. But he runs away from him. Power bonks, hanging out at the bottom of the pond.
Yeah, so we know the Adamant will lead to the key and that the tail will be in key locked. So he's a little bit better chance here. He's going to have his, accidentally uses his bottle. Going to have 4 two Bane casters here. Bane Sword, and then obviously White Shirt's going to come out. Does not use Bane on his Black Mage. Does he not have Bane on? I thought we saw Bane at level 1. Oh, first turn Bane lands. Shows us all how it's done.
Sawneyrath with the massive amount of excitement after that first turn Bane. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
Sawneyrath
So
with the first orb being lit at 45 minutes.
Yeah, but the problem here is it's really dawned on him he needs to go to Ice Cave, because that's the only thing that's left. He knows he's got to go to Ice Cave, and it's going to lead to something that he needs.
I agree with you, DVS. Dengwoo's going to promote the X-Cal +4, Dragon +3. He wants that night gear.
Yeah. Well, and the Cure 4, it's good. It's worth, going through the trouble of getting, I think, for your night.
Yeah, I agree. No way he gets the Vorpal +5. He's not gonna go check that area. And now he's got a Heal Helm +2 as well.
I think he'll get the Vorpal +5 because we don't have ribbons yet.
That's possible, yeah.
And he's going to Sky, and I full clear Sky through without ribbons.
Well, I mean, if he's got Dragon, if he finds Aegis in a Pro Ring, I guess that's almost a ribbon. So maybe.
Well, that in a Pro Ring, yeah, but he still doesn't have time.
Right.
Yeah, time or Earth Elemental resistance.
I mean,
And
Zap
doesn't
and Crack
either.
Zap and Crack kind of suck.
And no life cast, so you can't really YOLO that.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. And
we'll see.
Unlike last year's spring tournament, we now have separate sliders for HP and stats. So now we're not going to get the Oops All Nuke Topher, where you can just go in with 4 nuke casters and power your way through. You need to have a little bit more strategy.
Yeah, we know that all the fiends will roll over their vanilla HP. I think in this pod round, it's 100 to 150% HP. So Lich is going to have between 500 and 750, so forth and so on. But their stats are your standard 50 to 200. So things aren't going to be too crazy. But
Kraken 2 can still wreck your day. But
yeah, Kraken 2 can still suck, and you still gotta go 900 to 1350 HP on him. So Dengwoo gonna go on ahead and take his papers to HR, as Caleb would say, and promote.
I do like how Sawney landed at the vanilla river tile to get over to ice. So vanilla strats can still be a thing.
Not too bad.
Dengwoo promoting it basically the perfect time. He's level 16. He's only missing out on one easy charge for his knight and his ninja.
Yeah. And he knows where the eyes are, so if he feels underleveled after he does Sky, takes some battles in Sky, he can obviously hit up eyes and take himself to wherever he needs to go. Full party. Now, interesting here, there must have been something at level 7 that we all completely missed, because I have no idea why he's back in on-rack.
He wants another
Unless
bottle. He's
unless
thirsty.
he never killed Kraken. He must have never killed Kraken.
He never killed Kraken, you're right.
That's right, he got the floater, and he's got to go get his calamari kill.
Yo, absolutely. And he'll probably check the greed chest along the way, on the way to Kraken. So there's a potential he could find something good here.
Yeah, if Fast does exist, it's level 8 or it's in level 7 on-rack. We have not seen it 1 through 6, and we didn't see it in Gaia.
Sawneyrath doing the smart thing here. He found his TNT up by where the vanilla eye tile was, and he just warped out. He said, "Screw this. I know what needs to happen. I'm out."
Yeah, and it ends up working out great for him because we know there's nothing down there, or at least nothing that Dengwoo found. Now, granted, he did skip a couple of chests, but yeah, there was nothing, no ribbons or anything like that we saw.
So Sawneyrath basically did all of his clearing by boat, and Dengwoo did most of his clearing by air. So that's the biggest difference in this game. And Sawney's wipe to Tia. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that wipe to Tia only cost him, what, a minute and a half, maybe? 90 seconds, probably?
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't a ton, because he was already back up at Tia really, really quickly.
And he got that first turn Bane, so that really helped out tremendously. That made up for all those quad X's that came out here. Dengwoo going for the greed checks, gets about 25,000 gold out of that. Interested to see how much of this he'll clear, looking for a ribbon.
And the Naga gives a ton of really good XP. So he's taking out this Naga, but the Naga does have a lot of HP, definitely rolled up on HP.
Yeah. So what do we have left here? Dengwoo's going to light up his first orb here in just a second. Sonny's already lit up an orb quite a while ago, but it needs to get in the air. Dengwoo after this probably going to head up Sky and get his loot and then be in go mode. He's already kind of determined that the loot's in Sky based on how everything's gone.
Sawney is heading off to Volcano, which is a very interesting play. There's a lot of chests here. A lot of free chests, and it's really quick to get down to carry to light your second orb, but it's also a ton faster to do it by air than to paddle your behind over here, you know?
I was going to say the same thing. I mean, yes, while it's quick to get down here, you can check some chests, get the armory, maybe try to find a ribbon. It is significantly quicker to hit this by floater, but it would take him a while to get back up here. We know that TNT is going to lead to the Axio, which leads to the floater and Sea Shrine. So I guess he just thinks, may as well kill my fiend while I'm here.
And Dengwoo, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the exact same thing as you. We were going to go stereo here as Dengwoo takes on his first fiend, Fiend of Water. I know he doesn't like Bane and Brack strats, so he's probably going to go full-on like buff attack strats.
Yeah, he used Hold. That's interesting. So Kraken 1's M-Death isn't too shabby. You can still hit it with Mute and some of the other spells, but Hold, that's a new one on me.
Hold has the accuracy of Brack, if I remember correctly. I'm sure Spellzap or Crabcakes will help me out here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Crabcake already saying it in chat that Hold has about the same chance as Brack of landing. So you can stop Kraken from doing things to you. It'll work out okay. So still jamming out to Katy Perry there, as you can see. Gonna check his phone real quick.
The nukes.
Make sure everything's okay.
The nuke's coming out, taking down Kraken. That wasn't even that scary of a fight. The blizzard was not anything you really wanted to see, but Dengwoo gets out of it completely unscathed. All light warriors in tow. Sawneyrath finding a light axe, -3. Could have used that in any of the other earlier dungeons.
Gonna skip the top 5 room. Interesting move there. I want to say something about his armory check. I think he may have gotten about 1,000 gold out of armory completely. It was one of the worst armories I've seen in a long time. Unless there was something else random that I saw, or that somebody else in chat saw.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't a very good armory, and Sawney is playing fast and loose again. He's got both his black mages at 1 HP, not healing up until he gets all the way down to carry. And whew, any one hit by anybody would have taken out a black mage, and that's not what you want right now when you want to have everybody up for this fiend fight.
So another thing that I don't think any of these runners, well, Dengwoo hasn't checked anyway. Aside from Canary Lock, he hasn't checked any of the key locks. Gets his piano, knows he's in go mode now. Now it's time to see how many more boxes he's going to check. I still would feel comfortable with a ribbon.
You can artificial the ribbon a little bit with some M-Def, get up to that high 20s, but that's a lot. Like,
that's a lot of eyes. That's a lot of eyes.
Not if you 2-man it, 2-man or 1-man it. If you take your knight and your ninja up to 30 and go to town, who needs black mages anyways when you got speed and power?
Yeah, you might want that temper at level 4. That's all I'm trying to get at.
The Ninja's
And
got
you're-
it. Ninja's got temper at level 4.
That is true. That is true. As Chimera's just slowing down Dengwoo here. Sawneyrath finally getting out of there. Kills Carry, lights up his second orb. Dodging a ton of squints from these Caribs here. Forgets where his boat is. Forgot that he docked at a goofy spot there at the ice vanilla ice dock. So see how long it takes him to get back to his boat so he can turn in that TNT.
Does he not have houses?
I'm not sure. I think
He's
he
gonna
just
be-
figured his boat was his boat is there.
He went from ice back to his boat and then put it back at the normal dock to go walk over. And now he's got to sail all the way back over to turn in the TNT, and he's got to go all the way down to the sea shrine and use his oxyale to find Floater, and then he's gonna be kicking himself.
Yeah. Especially since he knows at this point it's got to be dawning on him that because he's not in go mode yet, because he doesn't have the key, that that he's gonna need the floater to finish this bad boy out. So yeah, Dengwoo's still opening boxes here, so he might find that Vorpal +5. I see him clearing Sky 3. I see it happening.
The way that Dengwoo's playing right now, I agree. I think that he's not comfortable without that ribbon. He's got the swords he needs. He's got the swords he wants. He's got an Excal +4. He's got a Masa -2. Oh, he's only doing greed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ain't no Vorpal here.
Yeah, Masa and Excal are still going to be fine. I would have preferred the Vorpal +5, but he'll be fine with the Masa -2 and an Excal +4.
Sentries have Toxic? Woo!
Yeah, good thing he's got I assume he has Pro Rings. He had something that stopped that Toxic from happening.
And left up, or left up, up.
Yeah.
What kind of craziness is this, Greg?
I'm not sure.
Warmech!
Warmech, is he going to take Warmech? He
Oh,
is going to
yeah.
go for Warmech. I love it. Yes. Give me all that Warmech. Give me all that Warmech.
And this
As
is going to
Sonny
be...
gets his Oxyale.
This is going to be a ton of XP if he can make... Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Crack!
Crack coming out!
Oh!
His face does it all as he knows he's going to have to reset out. No, he's going to run.
He's got
All
Bane.
right. He's got Bane and some dreams.
It's
Hopes
too...
and dreams! Oh, no!
It's too bad that Tia has 6 hits and Blaze, and either one of those will absolutely destroy App.
Yeah. Moving his white shirt. No. That white shirt's not going to give you enough evade. He's gonna move to
Masa! What a baller.
Yeah.
Dengwoo is sweating. You can see him sweating. He is just... And Dengwoo's used to these precarious situations, but man, he's sweating.
I'm not sure what he's gonna do. 6 rounds of white shirts, a couple of rounds of temper, and hopefully get that black mage to attack Tia for between 1,000 and 1,500 health.
There's a 0% chance he's doing that. He is 100% baning.
He is not gonna bane. I know this guy. Let's see here. What's he gonna do?
He's gonna warp.
He's gonna
bane.
Please.
Oh no!
Oh my God! What are you doing?
No,
White shirt.
Dengwoo. Why? Oh well, at least we know one white shirt took him down to 5 hits from 6. So. Oh boy. Well, now they're on even footing now. They both wiped to Tia.
Yeah, and at least Crack is out of the pool. We know Warmech has Crack, and Sawneyrath gonna get that Masa +2 right now. That's gonna be exciting news for him there, at least for the time being, until he can promote and get that Vorpal +4 on.
And Sawney is also going right side first. What?
Yeah.
What is happening tonight? Are we in backwards land?
They know most of the chests are down here, so I guess that's just kind of what they're thinking in their heads. Hey, Dang did not check this opal armor box here. Are we gonna find a ribbon up here?
It's time to check Sky 2. Sky 2 is my favorite floor. You've got to get some levels, Dengwoo. You've got eyes here, you've got manticores, and you've got a decent amount of chests. This Sky 2, do it. But he's not. Oh, whoa, is he listening to me? Oh, if you're gonna walk around,
I thought he was maybe trying to find some levels on this floor.
Right? If you're gonna walk around, at least open the chests.
At least open chests, yes, please. You need a ribbon. There's at least 10 chests here. No, man cats do not spawn here. They are on the next floor.
Maybe he's just trying to burn off the Warmech encounter.
Oh no, he knew fighters were coming up next.
What
just kidding. He did not know that. He did not know that at all.
Dengwoo with the master manipulator of the encounter table.
Yeah, he definitely did not know that.
Sawneyrath picking up his dragon +3 armor. All right, Dengwoo, you went the right way now. You went right up.
Yeah, not gonna take the easy nacho hit. You know, play the nachos. Always got to go for a play. Oh, jeez, not these guys. Get out of there.
But he's got pro rings. Sawneyrath did not have pro rings when he came in here.
That is true.
So that's a big difference. That's one of the reasons why kids, you pick up pro rings. They're literally called protection rings.
Yeah. So looks like we're back on the Bridge of Destiny. Are we going to see another robot?
If we do, I have a feeling that Dengwoo is not going to try to attack it this time.
Ooh, not with crack. Not without ribbons. Not with the party he currently. Oh, got away, please. No.
Oh, first turn crack.
Crack survives. Okay, he's in better shape now.
At least he's got
use your pain sword. Oh, what are you doing? You already fought this guy once. You saw what happened.
Well, he's only 96 damage. That's not bad. And the X-Cal does 171, and that's not gonna go. It's not gonna do so well. Gouda, time for bed. Why do I need to go to bed, Darren? What did I do?
Okay, at least Tiamat's not hitting his knight for that much, so he can maybe potentially make this work as long as that Blaze doesn't come out and complete.
Oh,
wow!
what?
That X-Cal +4 actually finally doing some damage after several tempers.
Sorry, Darren, I misread it. I'm just trying to quickly go through chat. Have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you tune in tomorrow after the VOD's done. You get to find out who the epic winner of this race is.
Yeah, Rojo actually has a good point. Now that Dengwoo's down to two-man, he should probably take on a few eyes.
Right?
But it looks like he's going to bring everybody up.
That makes a ton of sense. Get up in those mid-20s with 2 of your light warriors. Your fighter is going to be able to do a ton of damage when he's in the mid-20s.
Yes, and suppose that pointing out what I already knew. Dragon armor was going to protect him from that blaze. It would have helped out a little bit. Dengwoo's going to come in here. We're going to see if how much of the greed checks he does in here. We know Armory has a whole lot of nothing, but he might check that 5-spot room and see if there's anything in there. He is not interested in Armory. He is like, you know what? Who needs ribbons? As Sawneyrath trying to light up his... This should be his 3rd orb here.
Yeah, he did take down Carrie. So I'm pretty sure he took down Carrie. I don't think Carrie took out his whole party.
Yeah.
2 hits, 15 damage. That's rough. But Poison Smoke, Kraken just cannot handle the stank.
Yeah. So that's 2 poison smokes in a row there for Sawneyrath, and looking pretty good. 3rd orb up and lit. Has the rod, knows he needs to do the floater into the key, which will put him in go mode. Interested to see if he'll, turn in the bottle and get that tail undo promotion and all that jazz.
Dengwoo is actually not too far ahead of Sawneyrath right now, even though Sawney did most of this game by boat. So this is going to be, it's going to come down to Topher, as well it should in these flags.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm still upset that Dang didn't check that top left-hand room with those 5 chests, but whatever. You know, again, nobody needs ribbons, I suppose.
Ribbons
are for
slow people.
Yeah, I was gonna say ribbons and crutches.
But Deng did need to go do that grind. He needed to get his fighter black mage up mid to high 20s, especially without ribbons.
Yeah, yeah. It would have given, you know, the fighter's the one that really gets like the end def. You know, it's 3 M def per level, where the other 3 only get 2.
But even so, you're also getting the Cure 4 spells, because if you're going into Topher without a ribbon, and you know you're going to be getting elemental spells chucked at you, you need to have those Cure 4 spells on hold just in case.
Yeah.
But Carrie just got held. Speaking of hold.
Yeah. Well, not only is she weak to status, or she does not resist status element, but again, hold has a pretty good chance of landing. So that ended up working out really well as Dengwoo's taking down Carrie. Gonna beeline Earth Cave here in just a moment. Interested to see if he'll check key locks, because like I said, at least 1 ribbon, just 1.
Oh, life 2.
Our tracker letting us down here, didn't let us know that life 2 was there at level 3.
I don't think that anybody ever checked level 3 spells until right there. So, hot diggity dog, we got some life.
Yeah. So that's going to be useful, and again, with the dragon armor, the Aegis shield, and the pro ring, the only thing he's really missing is earth and time elemental protection, and Dengwoo is going to eat a few more eyes.
And we do know that Crack is out of the pool, so really he's only worried about Zap.
Well, Crack is out of the... Oh yeah, you're right, because it was a Warmech thing. So yeah. But there are 2 Zaps in the pool.
And there are, what, 4 cracks in the regular enemy pool?
I think so. They all come from the same... yeah. Well, the 1 crack in the boss pool comes from Chaos.
Right.
But there's cracks out of Sandworms. But
right.
I don't know if all 4 of them are out in the world. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I don't have those answers. I'm sure chat will help us out here. We got some more people in chat. Sawneyrath finally getting the key. Gonna go on ahead and get his tail.
And Sawney only has Earth left to do, so he's just doing a lot of cleanup right now to get the last little bit of his items. And then he is going to be right in Earth Cave with Dengwoo. So he's... If I had to put a number on him, he's only 5 minutes behind.
I wouldn't even say he's that far behind. Maybe like 2.5, 3 minutes. But yeah, no, I agree. He is not too far behind. Gonna go on ahead and promote, move all that gear around, pick up his level 1 through 4 magic spells, and then he is gonna head into Earth Cave.
And maybe Sawney will check Cardia, so we'll be able to see. These Cardia checks can be very, very, very quick if you do a save while you're in the airship. Just save in the airship, drop down, check it out. You don't get anything, reset, you're already flying again.
Yeah, chat wondering, is he behind in levels? Sawneyrath, I don't think is in 20 yet, where Dengwoo just hit 21.
Yeah, Sawney's at 19, so he's not too far behind in levels.
That Vorpal +5 is gonna...
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I hate using this term here, but that is gonna definitely be the game changer here as far as how this race is gonna play out, because that sword is going to be a crit machine once we get into Topher.
And Sawney not equipping the black -1. It's 2 less absorb, but it grants you ice and time resistance, which can be huge. He's not worried about it now, I guess.
Yeah. So Sawneyrath not gonna pick up his spells yet, because obviously he's not gonna be able to do anything with it since he hasn't gained levels. So he's gonna go on ahead and head in here and kill him a lich.
Is Sawney just gonna Shadow Walker this Topher at level 19?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because he's not grinding. He's saying, Lich, you mine, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, chat pointing out that Aegis shield that they have that Dengwoo has is going to be key, because that's going to protect them from the 2 Banes that are in the pool. So I mean that's a scary insta kill right there in its own right. So really, the only insta kill they're going to have to worry about is Zap.
And so Dengwoo does have the extra spell charges on his knight, which could come in huge. So he's got the life 2 and he's got the extra spell charges. Sawney, I don't think he went and got any charges on his knight.
No, I think he's gonna kill Lich first, and then maybe grab a couple more levels before going into Topher, or he's just gonna go into Topher at level 19 and just call it a day. I mean, he probably feels pretty behind considering how long it took him to get that Oxio and get in the air.
Right, I agree. I mean,
so yeah,
ribbonless is just it's rough, especially with clamped HP.
Yeah. I mean, because that's just extra rounds of combat. You have to worry about seeing, nasty things, and then you don't realize like how annoying or how bad spells like Fire 3, Ice 3, Lit 2 end up being until you don't have ribbons and they're doing actual damage to your party.
Right.
That's just extra heal pots you gotta suck down.
Suddenly, Lit 2 is doing 80 damage. You go, what?
Especially with the black mages having no, HP, and we're gonna get double Lich battles here. I swear, if we didn't get no cake. All right, I'm done here, boys.
They killed him at the exact same time too. But Sawney getting an extra encounter, so Dengwoo, the first to light all 4 orbs.
Yep. So Dengwoo gonna go on ahead, and he is making a beeline for Topher.
They're both in. Oh, Dengwoo picking up.
No, not interested.
Picking it up. Where are you going, Dengwoo?
I think.
Did he not have houses? No, he had a house.
Maybe he doesn't have any.
Oh, heal pots. Sawneyrath11 at level 19. No ribbons and a prayer. Going into Topher. White D's looking like green D's.
Yeah.
Who would skip heals? No. Yeah. You don't need heals where we're going. Actually, you need a bunch of heals where we're going.
Yeah, so Sawneyrath level 19, no ribbons, but well outfitted as far as weapons and gear is concerned. Like I said, that Vorpal +5 is going to be a crit machine. It's going to do something as he validates his run here, gets a heal and 1,800 gold worth. And Dengwoo also going to get that heal and 1,800 health or 1,800 gold as they get out of here. Obviously, still worried about that whole ribbonless dive. Yeah, where do we think the ribbons are? Chat, where are these 2 ribbons? Or 3 ribbons? Earth 4, Dwarf locked, Carries floor.
Yeah, there's a lot of chests that you just end up not checking. Elfland locked?
Yeah, pink pajamas, all three marsh locked.
Oh god. Marsh locked so bad. We got Sawneyrath11 taking on Lich 2 right now, and makes very, very quick work of Lich 2.
Yeah, not too bad with that Vorpal +5 and that Massa -2. Doing the business there. Those levels there, like I said, a little scary without the ribbons, but we're going to see how this goes. He is ahead, and he can make this work. As Dengwoo's throwing nukes and hitting them with swords.
5 hits, 505 out of that X-Cal. And Xcal is a, quote, trash sword, but it was Lich 2.
Yeah. I mean, we still got the 20 damage bonus, thing. So, it does a little bit more damage than it would normally do.
Sawney healing up before carry 2. Sawney's still holding on to this lead. Dengwoo getting a couple of extra Agamas here compared to what Sawneyrath got. We got a white shirt coming out, we got Tempers coming out, and oh, the thief goes down. It's no bueno. That's your white shirt caster. We are going to see what happens with Sawneyrath here. He has to 7 hits out of carry 2. Oh, damn.
Dengwoo checking the carry 2 chests here. What is happening? Doesn't go all the way down. He needs to go all the way. He go all the way down that hallway, check that chest, and if he doesn't check, nope, doesn't even check the katana chest. We're done here, Deng.
Sawneyrath pulling out 500 plus damage out of that Vorpal. A couple of tempers, and there we go. And we got Sawneyrath down on the water floor. Dengwoo pulling carry 2, throwing out nukes. Sawney was saving those nuke charges, throwing out lit 3s to just do some chip damage. But carry 2 not playing around. 7 hits, massive amounts of damage.
Yeah. And at this point, we know that Fast was level 8, just to answer that question. We never saw it, but we saw all the 1 through 7 magic slots. And Dengwoo taking down Carry, has all his Light Warriors alive. Gonna keep the party going as Sawneyrath is only steps away here from Kraken. And this Gershark is just giving them the business here.
And if you look on Dengwoo's side, his ninja had 64 damage left when he was almost taken out. And part of that is those extra 3 levels gave just enough HP on that ninja to allow him to survive one punch by carry.
Yeah, some chonky Gersharks here.
Chucking out Mute and Quad X, and if that Quad X, but he should have Pro Rings now, I hope.
I know that Sawneyrath has Pro Rings because I remember him going back to Canaria pre-floater and picking up Pro Rings before heading down to Sea Shrine.
We got simultaneous Kraken 2s, Power Bonk, Tempers, White Shirt coming out, and that's coming out on both sides. Kraken trying to rub. That is way less effective than 8 tentacles to the face.
Yeah, especially with the Pro Rings, that's going to stop that right in its tracks. But putting Danny up in that front row just seems disrespectful to her. I mean, she's just tracking this race, doing tracking things. Dengwoo's putting her up as the sacrificial lamb here.
But if you looked over on Sawneyrath's side, Kraken hit the Black Mage and did not kill the Black Mage in one turn. So this Kraken is not what we're used to.
Yeah. So Ink coming out, and Sawneyrath taking down Kraken. Got 2 Light Warriors up. Man, having Life 2 right now would be very helpful here for Sawneyrath. But let's keep it moving as Dengwoo. Finally, Danny goes down to a punch, but 1 hit, 137 takes down Kraken, and there's that Life 2 coming out, bringing Danny back to life, and we are good to go. Dengwoo moving some people around, putting Danny back up in the front row again.
Chad having a great time with that Kraken, by the way. Spaghetti arms, bag of frozen calamari. Simultaneous Tia 2s, though. Take it away, Greg.
Yeah. Well, stun lands on Black Mage number 1, so but luckily gets out of it. We're power bonking up. Rub's gonna completely bounce off of there as more white shirts come out here on Sawneyrath's side. On Dengwoo's side, he's just doing his usual, locking it up, throwing some attacks out. We're gonna see how they go here as they hit 5 hits, 482. Not too bad there. Man, Sawneyrath got a really big hit off that power bonk, doing the business over there.
Oh no!
But Nuke comes out and kills Black Mage number 1. 4 hits, 577. That's just And over on Dengwoo's side, Nuclear coming out, but a big old monstrous hit. 853 takes down Tia, and enough Life 2 charges that he is able to bring his Light Warriors back. So he's going to have a full party where Sawneyrath is going to have to man mode chaos here.
Sawneyrath still is going to hit Chaos before Dengwoo gets there, so Sonny's got just a little bit of a lead. And right now, no defense sword, no ruse. Mario is going to have to really hit this up pretty hard with his Vorpal. You gotta just 3-bonk and go, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking...
Dengwoo pulls Chaos just a couple seconds before Sawneyrath does. And Sawny is going with White Shirt. So this is going to be 6 rounds of White Shirt, where Dengwoo's going to be able to start locking and popping and tempering and White Shirting all at the same time.
Yeah, that was crazy. Stun landing on Danny in the back row. She's not going to be able to throw any tempers out. But it's fine as more tempers are coming out of App there. Not really much of a hit there on DM.
Question in chat, Regweld says, should Sawny swap Vorpal? Absolutely not. Not with Vorpal +5.
Yeah.
And so, this is also right now where Sawny, if he had Cure 4, would be a massive, massive boost for him. Because at least that way he could... Oh, no! Ooh. Poison, smoke.
He does not have an Aegis Shield, does he?
Nope.
Dang. That is rough times. And over on Dengwoo side, we're going to swap it over here a little bit as lock strats are coming out. Danny still stun locked, so he's only got that one Black Mage doing all the, you know, the kind of buffs or whatever you call them. App going down. Greg, 5 hits, 408. 2 hits, 220. Another big old hit, 5 hits, 490. Cure 4 is going to come. Oh, no!
Oh, no, time!
The time elemental take. Oh, no.
The only thing that we were talking about. And Zap!
No,
but the
misses!
Neither Zap hits. What is happening? Dengwoo praying. Oh, Chaos also has Fast. That's not good. He finally got up. Cure 4. This is what we're talking about. Cure 4. And Temper coming out. Oh, and Chaos hits the correct down. Light Warrior. Oh my goodness.
Doing lit 2 things.
So much RNG.
Hit. Big ol' hit. 5 hits, 3 something. This should do it here. 5 hits, 767. GG's Dengwoo with an official Racetown.gg time of, what is that, 1 hour? Oh my god, they typed a lot after they finished this race.
1 hour, 21 minutes, and 51 seconds. But yeah, as Fizzle points out, Dengwoo, the RNG god tonight. He got everything just the way it needed to be. Zap didn't hit. Chaos punched Danny instead of Greg. Greg got the Cure 4 off. All of the RNG. Coming up, Dengwoo. But what a race. Sawneyrath with a level 19 dive. Whew.
Yeah, that's an old school dive right there. Hey, but you gotta go, man. When you gotta go, you just gotta go. And who is in chat with us?
Me.
It is Sawneyrath.
GG, man. Hey, 19 in a prayer, and you almost made it work. Almost made it work.
Is the operative word.
And you made it. You made it a race. When you were in the air and you jumped into Earth Cave, I said Sonny's got to be about 4 or 5 minutes behind Dengwoo, because I figured you were gonna do some grinding and you were gonna do, you know, then getting your spells, getting your levels, all that kind of stuff. And you didn't. You said, nope, I feel a little bit behind. We're going. And you went, man. You gave it a good shot.
I mean, I had to. There was really no option. I had to go. I knew I was behind. I knew that the early eye grind I took was going to place me decently behind anyway, especially going to 15. So it was hit the gas and go.
Actually, the early eye grind that you took kind of put you ahead a little ways, because you had a lot of easy going through a lot of the dungeons with those early levels. But Dengwoo made the cheeky ice play early. Dengwoo, what was going through your head when you decided to go to Ice Cave right away?
There's no thought. I said, Marsh was easy. Ice is going to be just as easy too. And it was. It was awesome.
Oh, man.
Ice was way too easy.
yeah, I went into Marsh, and like you can watch me on the camera. I don't know if you had the camera up or whatever.
Oh
and
yeah, we had cameras up.
Okay, cool. So like I'm watching this, I'm like, everybody's just punching. I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna push our luck. We're going to Ice Cave here. We got a couple nuke charges. We're going for it. And like I didn't really have to cast anything. I'm like, all right, guess we're going in and out pretty quick. We'll take it. And then I wanted to do the volcano, but I lost one of my black mages, and I'm like, well, guess we're not taking on a carry at this point. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so it was a fantastic race, and I thought Dengwoo had it pretty much the whole way, and then Sawney proved me wrong, came back, made it a hell of a race. I mean, just a hell of a race, guys. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's what Deng and I do, though. Every time, both times we've raced in spring tournaments, we've put on a hell of a race.
And chat pointing out, Sawney, that Vorpal +5 almost made all the difference, because Dengwoo was swinging X-Cal +4.
I completely messed up. It was supposed to go Masa on my night, and I just was such in a hurry. I'm like, I gotta go. I know Sawney's here. I just know Sawney's here. And so, I swapped over, and I'm just like, oh, crap. And I think even on camera, you saw me just go, I have an X-Cal. All right, we're going for this. Why is Chaos so evil today? Danny, you were the most useless character Black Mage ever in that Chaos fight. You were stuck for like 10 turns. Thanks a lot, Danny.
I mean, you could have, Cure 4'd her out if you really wanted to, but, you do you, I suppose. Clutch Cure 4, by the way, and Clutch finally getting out of that stop touch. Gosh, the RNG was... Oh, actually, let's talk about RNG for a second. So, Sonny, you want to talk about Sky and all those man cats with Quad X?
So yeah, that wasn't RNG based. I didn't have pro rings.
Yeah. I'm talking mostly about just getting to Tia and not having fun, but then going back up to Tia, and then all of a sudden RNG worked out in your favor.
Literal first Bane, and then Kraken was second Bane.
Yeah.
You saw me fist pump on that second Bane. I was just like, yes!
Yeah. And then Dengwoo decided to try to get a Warmack kill. And what did Warmack decide to start peddling?
Oh, the good old crack that took out everybody in the black mage. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go in. And I'm like, I switched the white mage, or the white shirt over. I'm like, all right, I'll at least get one invis off, and I'll start casting whatever. Hopefully he's cast happy or something. Just something stupid. No, he just swings, almost kills my black mage, and then I run into him again. I tried to encounter manipulate him out of the damn thing, and I still ran into him again.
Yeah, because he was back to back.
So Dengwoo, be glad that Tia 1 didn't cast at you, because Sawney, what did Tia 1 cast first at you?
You're asking me to remember what I forgot.
Blaze.
Oh yeah, it was Blaze. That's not a cast though. That's a skill use.
Yeah, it would have been fine for Dengwoo, because Dengwoo had already class changed and had the dragon armor on, so it might have been fine. But yeah, it was rough. I felt bad watching both of you guys wipe on Tia 1, but you guys were able to to make it up.
Well, Tia 1 and Tia 2 were just not having it this game. Tia 2, one side saw nuclear, one side saw nuke, and I mean, if you would have rolled up a little bit higher on HP, whew.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, if Tia 2 had rolled up slightly higher on HP, that would have been the gatekeeper, and that would have been a grind session.
Yeah. Well, coming out of this, we're doing pods. No more Swiss. Swiss is out the door. It's all about pods. You got your 4-piece pod, right? You two, Ale Markins in there, as well as oh my gosh, Tetron. Thank you. I was like Triton. Yeah, Tetron in your pod. So when your next match is going on? I know that Dang says he's taking on Ale sometime next week. What about Tetron and all of this?
So I've got Ale on Wednesday. As for Tetron, I've got to reach out to Tetron and find out when they want to do their race against me.
Nice. So you're coming up here pretty soon. And then Dengwoo, I know next day, I think is what you said for Aylmarkin, correct?
Yeah, we haven't said it. We're waiting for confirmation on the comms crew. That would be the other half of team Cake the Break.
Take the break. I think Thunder and I can both do it, so I think you should go on ahead and make it happen. As long as
All
it's
right, Danny, make it happen.
So Dang, you're up 1-0. Sonny, you're down 0-1. You still got 2 matches left. Sonny, how you feeling?
It's too early to really decide on how I'm feeling. I have aspects of these flags that I don't like, but at the same time, I have aspects that I really, really do like. So it's just gonna vary upon what's rolled. So, but like overall, this year's tournament is going to be a blast, no matter how you look at it. And these flags, they're fast. I had to sacrifice safety for speed, which is something I don't normally do, as you saw in this race. And it's a lot of trade-offs in this flag set that you either have to decide on the spot or try to play in a way to where you can actually have yourself set up for the end game.
Yeah. All right, Dangwoo. 1-0. You got Aylmarkin and Tetron coming up. How you feeling going into those next 2 races?
Well, I feel good. I feel well. It's Ale, okay?
Yeah.
It's a rivalry between Ale and I. It's
Yeah.
always during the Duck League weeklings. We always
Mhm.
have a battle for those. But for this, I'm scared. I know nothing of Tetron, and that's what terrifies me because he's one of our developers, or has been a developer recently that's been doing a lot of stuff. I have no idea what he's going to do, and that's what terrifies me because he's going to come in, and I know he's just going to like research me. So I have totally deleted all my VODs. I'm sorry, Tetron. You get nothing from me. All right, it's all gone.
All right, guys. All right. Goody, you got any final words for us before we get out of here?
Just a fantastic race between you two. We got to see airship strats versus ship strats, and the ship can be fast in the right hands, let me tell you.
Yeah.
We're here on Randomania. We've got another 3.5 weeks of pods. There's going to be races all over the place. Some of them will be Bicky broadcasts. Some of them will be just watch them on racetime.gg. Some of them will be Randomania, Speed Gaming, RPG Limit Break. We're going to be all over the place for the next couple weeks. It's going to be an absolute blast. The 3-0s, the 2-1s are going to be moving on. We've got 88 contestants. We've got 64 slots in brackets, and we're having some April madness.
Yeah. Yeah, the 1 and 2s is going to be rough because basically everyone's going to make it except for the bottom like 2. So it's going to be something once that play-in race rolls around in the next few weeks. So yeah, Dangwoo, I know I just asked you about your 2-0, but you're the winner tonight. Final
I'm
thoughts
already
before we get out of
2-0.
here?
Exactly.
No, I mean 1-0.
All right.
Yeah, I already gave you
Max has
I already gave you
lost.
the race against Sailmarkin. So
Yeah. My final thoughts is if you haven't joined the Discord, join it now. We have a new emote that has been viewer requested. It is now available. Okay. Dark Moon has worked tireless behind the scenes. He got my permission. You now have the emote that is all emotes. So that's great. Beyond that, thank you all for doing all the sweet broadcasting and stuff like that. Thank you all. You guys are the best. Danny, you're always the best.
and Sawneyrath, final thoughts before we get out of here.
I mean, first off, Dang, you're 2-0 against me, but we very well may face off again in brackets, so definitely
Please
be prepared for that.
Please no.
Please, yes, because I would love to have close races in brackets. Assuming I get that far, it's going to depend upon how well I do against Tetron and Ale, because we all know how strong of a player Ale is. He's definitely one to be feared by multiple people. So it's going to depend upon how that goes. And then Tetron being a complete and total wild card in this. is definitely something else to be worried about. Definitely be sure to tune into each of these races because you are not going to want to miss out on any of this FFR action. It's going to be a doozy of a tournament, and if this race didn't prove it to you, I don't know what will.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate my runners, or obviously the runners for going, Sawneyrath and Dengwoo for putting on the show for us. Of course, my co-coms, Gouda and restreamer Gouda, doing double duty tonight, getting us on Randomania #1. Danny, of course, in the background, keeping the tracking notes together, making sure we know what's going on. And of course, everybody out there for watching us. Make sure you join the Discord. Go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. There should be a link to the Discord so you can find out when all the exciting races for spring tournament are happening. Like they said, 3.5 more weeks of pods. Then we go into brackets for another 6 weeks. Spring tournament's going to last until for a while. So it's going to be exciting times. I appreciate everybody for watching. Again, join the Discord, and we will see you guys around. Have a fantastic night.